IELTS Speaking Part 2, Cue Card. Describe a person who cares about the environment. You should say who this person is, how you know him or her, what this person does, and explain why you think this person cares about the environment.
You will have to talk about the topic for 1 to 2 minutes. You have 1 minute to think about what you are going to say. You can make some notes to help you if you wish. All right? Remember, you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when the time is up. Can you start speaking now?
The environment has become a very important issue lately for many people around the world, as it has proved out to be affecting our lives rather directly. In fact, I have seen many people in my country who are being vocal about this problem, and Mr. Rabada Qureshi seems to be one of them. I have known Mr. Rabada, living in the same neighborhood as me, for almost 10 years as a social activist. However, I met him for the first time about 7-8 years ago when I visited him for some medical checkups and treatment. By the way, he is a medical doctor by profession, and a good one in that also. I also knew that he had involved himself in eradicating some social problems, like drug addiction and violence against women, by writing extensively on them in a number of local and national daily newspapers. But I came to know how deeply he really cared about our environment only when I visited him for a medical checkup and treatment a few years ago at his chamber, as he lectured me for a good 5 minutes about the negative effects of smoking on our environment. By the way, I used to smoke heavily back then, which caused the coughing. Of course, I already knew a little about the environmental problem and climate change issues of our planet, but I didn't realize how close those problems really were to our own homes until I met Mr. Rabada on that day. In fact, after visiting the doctor gentleman on that day, I started to quit smoking gradually and following his informative articles on environmental degradation in our areas in local newspapers. I think that Mr. Rabada genuinely cares about the environment because I've seldom seen him these days, using his private vehicle to travel to his chamber, as he doesn't want to pollute the air by using fossil fuel. I also think that he cares about the environment because he always encourages his patients to plant more trees whenever and wherever it is possible.
Describe a person who cares about the environment.
Well, describing someone who genuinely cares about the environment makes me instantly think of Miss Garami, my middle school science teacher. In my opinion, we need more people like her to protect our environment. I am very grateful to you for the opportunity to let me talk about Ms. Garami here. Ms. Garami isn't just someone who spouts facts about recycling. She made us experience the environment, organizing field trips to clean up beaches, plant community gardens, and even dissect owl pellets. Don't worry, they were ethically sourced. This wasn't just science class. It was an adventure that opened our eyes to the wonders and fragility of our natural world. As a science teacher, she was exemplary, and her constant effort to save the environment is commendable. And now I know that it wasn't just about school or science projects. She lived what she preached, biking to work, composting her lunch scraps, and even starting a school-wide initiative to reduce plastic waste. Her passion was contagious, making us understand that small actions, multiplied, could make a big difference. It wasn't just the actions, but the way she talked about it made her different from anyone when it comes to caring for the environment. Her eyes would light up when discussing the intricate connections between ecosystems and the urgency of protecting endangered species. It made me realize that her passion for the environment is genuine and ingrained in her heart and mind. It wasn't just knowledge, it was a deep love and concern for the planet, something that resonated with everyone in her class.
Describe a person who cares about the environment.
An individual whom I deeply admire for his dedication to environmental conservation is my friend Paul. To me, he is the most passionate person I've ever seen who wants to save the environment and care for it deeply. I have known Paul since our college days when we both shared a passion for environmental sustainability. Over the years, we have collaborated on various eco-friendly initiatives and projects, fostering a strong bond rooted in our shared commitment to protecting the planet. Paul is actively involved in numerous environmental advocacy groups and organizations, where he volunteers his time and expertise to promote sustainable practices and raise awareness about pressing environmental issues. Additionally, he regularly participates in local cleanup drives, tree planting campaigns, and community outreach programs aimed at preserving natural habitats and reducing pollution. Paul's unwavering dedication to environmental conservation stems from his profound love and appreciation for the natural world. Growing up surrounded by lush green forests and pristine landscapes, he developed a deep connection to nature from an early age. Witnessing the detrimental effects of climate change and environmental degradation firsthand fueled his passion for advocacy and inspired him to take proactive steps towards fostering positive change. Furthermore, he firmly believes in the interconnectedness of all living beings and recognizes the intrinsic value of preserving biodiversity and protecting fragile ecosystems for future generations. In essence, Paul's tireless efforts and unwavering commitment to environmental conservation serve as a shining example of what it means to be a steward of the earth.
Kindly leave the topics or IELTS questions you need answers for in the comment section below. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel for new and useful learning material uploaded every day. Thank you for listening.